Hi guys, welcome to Vic and Vince Rugby. Yeah, baby, the All Blacks have just announced their team. Never could find out exactly what time it's coming up, but the All Blacks have announced their team for the first test against the Springboks. And the Springboks will be announcing at 2 o'clock. Let me just quickly get the chat up and running because it's hectic right now because wasn't quite the plan. A lot of people thought it was going to be at 3 o'clock our time, but no, they've come up with it, and it's an exciting team. Kind of a lot of what we expected, but also a lot of surprises in there. Some names I didn't have on the list. There you go. Let's put it out there quickly. Let me just get in there without the sound on. Would be nice. Be cool if some people were in. I mean, it's just a quick. There you go. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at this All Black squad. It's a good squad. It's a good squad. I got to give it to you guys. So let me. I prepared a few things. So let's put the border out there, and let's put the background out there. So look, Dave Rennie. What's Mr. Rennie gone with? Dave Rennie. Let's see what the 23 that he's going to put out against the Springboks guys. People in there, good stuff. I think it's a fantastic team. Look here. I've actually got the All Blacks. I've been looking at statistics. I've been looking at the last games. I've been looking at everything. This All Black team is formidable, man. This first test is going to be monster, but we'll talk about that after. So, what has Dave Rennie gone with? Well, no surprises. Ethan de Groot, he is starting. Of course, the loose head prop. So, Ethan de Groot will take the number 1. Cody Taylor will take the number 2. All that is still very, very expected. There was no surprises there. At 3, we have Tyler Lomax at 3, the tight head prop. So I think that front 3 is formidable from New Zealand. Do I think it's better than the South African front 3? No, I think it's actually on par. I would actually go very evenly matched. Great stuff. Then at 4, the first lock, Josh Lord. He is at lock, and the other lock is Fabian Holland. There you go. So good stuff there. Then what I predicted, what Vern got wrong, I told you guys, Tupavai. I'll get into the chat in a second, guys, once I've done the team. And then we'll go through it again and we can discuss it. Tupavai, there you go. Tupavai in there at 6. That gives him a lot of possibilities because if he needs to change Holland or Lord, he can always drop Tupavai in that spot. I think Tupavai is going to play 80 minutes. Luke Jacobson, one of the standout players on this tour so far for me. He's at 7. Then, of course, Captain Odi Sabeya at 8. It's going to be a nice battle there. Then, no surprises in the rest of the team. I think Cam Roygard was expected, healthy. He's up there at scrum half or halfback, as you New Zealanders would say, at the fly half position. I think New Zealand's new superstar, Ruben Love, so he'll be on kicking duties. Then Josh Morby at 11. With the injuries that they've had to Billy Proctor and Caleb Clark, it was kind of, could have been Rico Ioane. But no, it is Josh Morby in there. Then, of course, Geordie Barrett, Mr. Consistency. He's in there as well for the centre position. The other centre, I think, was a bank for everybody. Quinn Tupeya, I thought that was a bank for everybody. And, of course, I almost said the fullback. No, at number 14, the right wing, Will Jordan at the right wing. And then, of course, fullback is Damian McKenzie. Yeah, that little ankle injury picked up against the Bulls is not keeping him out of the squad. I mean, look, if you have to take a tablet or two or a little injection there, you do not want to miss these games. I can understand Damian McKenzie. Before we get into the reserves, let's have a look at the chat there. Hi, Isa. Yes, I am live. Why Springboks scared of releasing their squad? No, they're not. They're just waiting on the health. Is Sia up or running? When scared, I've got a few statistics for you New Zealanders. Out of the last 10 games against the All Blacks, South Africa won 7. Out of the last 6, we've won 5. Double world champions, rugby championship winners. The last game we thrashed you in Wellington. So I don't think Rusty is scared. It's respect. It's just a little bit of respect. That's all it is, man. I think it's going to be a 50-50 game. I'll give it to you guys 100%. Now, it's going to be interesting. Let's get into the reserves because that's where I think the biggest surprise has come to me. So, look, let's take old Damien out. Let's have a look at the reserves. So, Asafo Umua, of course, the reserve hooker. Then we have a surprise for me. Surprise. George Bauer, he's in there. Didn't expect that. That came out of left field for me. Then Fletcher Newell, obviously going to be there as well. Then Vern's favorite player, the man he calls the German, Antoine Segner, loose forward. So there you can see already there is no real lock reserve because they have got Tupavai at 6. So I think Tupavai is playing 80 minutes. I think that's the plan. If Lord or Fabian Holland have to leave the pitch, I think Tupavai drops into 6. Segner can come in 7 or 8, or the 6 as well. Then, of course, Peter Lakai. I think one of the top players. I think he's unlucky he can't start this game. But, of course, you're going to put Ardy in there. Then Carl Preston is in because I think they knocked it. Curtis Ratima has kept him out. I think Ratima would have been the preferred option. So they got a reserve scrum half or halfback. 5-3 split. No reserve fly half because you don't need that. You've got McKenzie. You've got Ruben Love out there that can do some kicking. Even Will Jordan can do some kicking, so you're all right there. Antoine Leonard-Brown, everybody knew he was going to be in the squad as a reserve, so they got a lot of... And then, of course, for the centres and then for the wings, you got Leroy Carter. So a formidable team for... how do you say it? For the All Blacks. I think it's a fantastic squad. I'm going to try to just get you the whole team on here. Yes, it is respect. But why? Why should South Africa, Kibi Rob, always be the team that always puts our team out first so that everybody else can... We always put it out on Monday or Tuesday. But you know what? We'll just do the talking tomorrow. If you get thrashed tomorrow, then we'll talk again. Well, it's not tomorrow, it's Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. So, I don't think Rassie has a scared bone in his body. I just think it's respect. I think the South Africans are favourites to win it. I mean, why wouldn't they be? The last results have said South Africa are the favourites. Double world champions. I mean, come on. But very good New Zealand team. Can New Zealand win this game? Of course they can. For me, New Zealand against South Africa is always a 50-50. Always a 50-50. It's all about who's better on the day. So we'll have to see, and we'll see what Rassie announces at 2 o'clock. That's going to be interesting. All Blacks by 20. See, you guys are on drugs already. The scrums alone will beat the ABs. I see. There you go. South Africans, New Zealand's fucking delusional already. This game is going to be tight. I can't see this game being decided by more than 10 points. Either way, it could be a goal kick, a penalty, a conversion that decides this whole thing. I don't think it's going to be one way or the other. I don't see South Africa winning by 20. I don't see New Zealand winning by 20. We will see on Saturday at 5 o'clock. We'll know more. We will know more. But look, it is a great team there for New Zealand. I'm just going to try to get something here because I don't have the full team. I just got it on my phone. I just moved the players around. So let's have a quick look there. See if I can get it somewhere. But I just think no, they haven't even put it out there. They haven't even put it out there. So let me quickly go here. It's a good thing you got a lot of opportunities here. Let me put that. I think it's a good team from New Zealand. I just can't see any of the teams just walking away with it. Let's see. There we go. I'm just going to try to copy this and put it in there for you guys so that you can see the whole team. But we'll go through it again slowly but surely, where I think the New Zealand team have got the advantage. There you go. So here we go. Let's just copy that in there quickly. We'll try to get that. There you go. There you go. There you go. So that's the way I get to get the whole team in. Let's break it up into 2 parts. There you go. Perfect. No, I just think it's a good team. But let's try to put it out there for you guys. The whole squad. We'll start with the starters. I just copied that because I've been in a little bit of stress here. There you go. So we'll put it out there. There it is. There you go. So I'm going to put that there like that. I'll just copy it there. So those are your starters for the All Blacks. Look, lots of caps in there. Look, Ruben Love is the one with the least caps with 8. But you got Geordie Barrett at 81, Ardy with 109, Cody Taylor with 109, Ethan de Groot with 43. I mean, will be interesting to see this afternoon what the Springboks come up with, which team has more caps in it. I think it's a formidable New Zealand team. I think it's one of their better teams in the last 8 years. I think it's one of the strongest teams that they've had for a long, long time. It's been a while. 2015, last time they won the World Championship. It's been a long time. It's been what's that? It's gonna make it 11 by next year. It's gonna be 12 years. So look, what does this greatest rivalry tour actually mean? I mean, let's be honest. It's a great thing for all of us rugby fans. We get excited, but what is it? It's a measuring stick. It lets both teams know where they are. To 99%, I think it's going to be 2-2. Most important question is next year. Next year is the most important question. Let me just get the reserves in there for you guys quickly as well, that you can see those reserves, because it's all been done on the fly. A lot of people. I thought it would be a little bit later, the team announcement, but no, they've come up with it. There you go. Let's put that on the screen there for you guys. Those are the reserves as well. So for me, George Bower is a little bit of a surprise. Surprise, no Rico Ione in the whole squad. That did surprise me because I thought he played really, really well during the... But they never release the teams. Why should they release the teams? Normally, the New Zealanders are the one that release it right at the end to wait for everybody else. Sometimes Rusty releases on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's the first time because he's waiting for injured players. It's not like 3 hours is going to make a difference now. I think as long as they release it on the same day within the 5-6 hour period, I think it's okay, because it's not like Dave Rennie is now waiting to see what the Springboks are going to do. He's going to change his whole philosophy. If you're the new All Blacks or if you're the Springboks, you don't game plan for the other team. You're that good. You have your game plan, and you should be that confident in your plan to say, listen, it doesn't matter what the hell the Springboks do. It doesn't matter what the hell the All Blacks do. We are doing this, and you try to stop us. We know New Zealand are going to try to run the ball and tell South Africa, stop us. The South Africans are going to try to scrum more and use rucks and say, stop us. That's the bottom line. Unless one of the coaches go off the rails and do something very, very crazy. Let me quickly go into the chat again, because some people are going off their rocket. Release the teams at the same time. But it's no, you know what? You want to release, but why? Why don't you say that when Rusty releases on a Tuesday and the All Blacks never release it? Morby first try score. Could be possible. Vic, who is Van's man crush? Antoine Segner. You have a new coaching group, and we have a coaching group that has just won back-to-back World Cups. So what does that say? It says nothing. Both coaching groups are fantastic, man. Both coaching groups are outstanding. I don't know why New Zealanders and I don't know why South Africans just can't appreciate the other team. I want my Springboks to win on the weekend. Without a doubt. I want my Springboks to win. Would I love them to win by 50 years? It's not going to happen. But I can. I can be not that delusional like Kiwi Rob. I can be there and say, look, New Zealand are a great rugby nation. For me, the second best rugby nation in the world. I put South Africa here. I put New Zealand right there. The only reason I put us as a greater rugby nation is because we've won more World Cups. Other people have other metrics. Put the New Zealanders ahead. Good for you. But I can appreciate greatness. And this team here from New Zealand is great. This team could win the World Cup next year. What is missing in this team? There's not a lot missing here. Scott Barrett, maybe. Caleb Clark, healthy. But I mean, come on. You're never going to get all your players healthy. This is a fantastic New Zealand team. Look, New Zealand could win the series 4-0. The same as the Springboks could win it 4-0. You never know. Because things are so tight. You could win You could win 3 games in a row by 1 point. It's been done before. Ask the South Africans. But I just think people have got to settle down, and you've got to be able to appreciate your opponent. I love the All Blacks. I support the All Blacks in every game they don't play against the Springboks. Because my hate, this is not like when I do football, where for me, Manchester United, and then I hate everybody else. I can appreciate them. If they win, I can congratulate them and everything. Rugby, for me, just a different mentality. This is a formidable team from the All Blacks. I think they're going to give South Africa a good run for their money. I've still got this series at 2-2. I think if New Zealand win the first one, it'll finish 2-2. I think if South Africa win the first one, it could be 3-1. But I'm still going 2-2. I think both teams have got a great chance. See now if I read some of these, Kiwi Rob, you were lucky to beat the Stormers team with a 20-year-old flower. No, they weren't. They were always going to beat the Stormers. Would they play the Stormers tomorrow? They'd win by 50. You people have got to put everything into context. You can't just be blind. South Africans, we have won 2 World Cups in a row. We might win a 3rd. There will come a phase in rugby where we will have our 12 years where we don't win a World Cup. That's just going to happen. The French will win a World Cup eventually. The Irish might do it. The English are going to be better. Rugby and sport goes in cycles, my friends. It goes in cycles. Don't be blind. But let's go through the whole team one more time, because we've got a little bit of time. I just want to go through the players. I mean, I think this is a formidable squad. I like Dave Rennie. I like Razor before. Look, what happens? I'm asking Kiwi Rob. Oh, at least you don't use steroids. Yeah, but fuck it, you must be on drugs. Yeah, banter is good. Look, what happened? Can somebody explain to me one thing? Okay, you guys fired Razor last year, right? Because he lost 3 games. He wasn't playing around. What if New Zealand, just I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to, disclaimer, I'm going 2-2 for this series. What if Dave Rennie loses this series 4-0? What happens if he loses the series 4-0? What do New Zealand Rugby do? Do you change the coach again? Because I know if South Africa loses series 4-0, there's no way we're sacking Rassie. Because the plan is for the World Cup next year. So we'll see. But let's go through the team. So, once again, at prop, your loose head prop there is Ethan de Groot. Just going to go through it really quickly. I don't want to waste you guys' time, because at 2 o'clock we're going to have the next one and we can keep on discussing. Then, of course, the hooker, Cody Taylor. I mean, look, Cody Taylor. I love Cody Taylor. What a player. I got a little bit of info on Cody Taylor. I mean, look, what's his 109th cap coming up? He's won a gold medal in 2015, runners-up in 223, bronze in 219. 115 points. What is that? Try-wise, it's like 12, 13 tries for the All Blacks. He's fantastic. Tyrell Lomax, another monster player. I think at front 3, like I said, is equal to South Africa's front 3. Then I think the 2 locks, Josh Lord and Fabian Holland, equal to whatever we put out there. Ron Norkia, Ibn Etzebet, I think that's equal. That's what I say. Tupavai at 6. Luke Jacobson at 7. And Artie Surveyor at 8. You can see what they're thinking here. Tupavai is a little bit bigger, putting that lock in that 6th position, trying to counter the South Africans. Going to be surprised to see, is it going to be Paul de Villiers in the 6? We know Peter Steph de Toy's in the 7. We know Jasper Visser's in the 8. So that's going to be a nice matchup with those. Then I think where New Zealand have a little bit of an advantage, I think at the 9 position, at the scrum half or the halfback position, I think over the whole team with Kyle Preston, Cam Roygard and Ratima, you better set up than we are with Grant Williams, Quibus Reinach and Mone van der Berg. My personal opinion. I know South Africans are going to go off their nut now because I said that. At 10, I think Russ is going to throw us a curveball, and I think Sasha might start. But Ruben Love at 10, the up-and-coming superstar for New Zealand, I think he's the new 10. I don't think he gets knocked off that position so quickly. Moanga, I think Moanga's going to be his backup. That's just my personal opinion. Then the left wing, Josh Morby. Would he play if Caleb Clark was healthy? Most probably not. But, I mean, we're talking 1A, 1B, and we're not talking a third or fourth choice. Then your two centers, Geordie Barrett. I mean, come on. Geordie Barrett, one of the top rugby players in the world. A man that I think is a mustard quintuplay. There you go. Then, of course, Will Jordan. For me, the second best number 14 in world rugby behind Cheslin Colby. Damian McKenzie was probably, for me, the best 15 behind Thomas Ramos. I've got Ramos, McKenzie, Damian Willemse is my preferred three for the 15. I think McKenzie, nice to see that he's got back from injury because he brings a little bit of grit to the team. Then we outplayed you in the World Cup final. The Boks were given a World Cup they didn't deserve. Look, if you win it, you deserve it. That's what I always say. That's the bottom. But hey, listen here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The record books say 2023 World Champions, Springboks. 2019, Springboks. 2015, New Zealand. There you go. Doesn't really matter. Let's have a look at the reserves. So, Asafu Umua out there, of course. For me, a little bit of surprise. George Bauer in there. I didn't expect him in there, but good stuff. Fletcher Newell could have started for me. Great player. Antoine Segner, one of the outstanding players on this tour so far. Really did well. I knew he was going to be in the squad. Another one I can say the same thing about is Peter Lakai, taking his chances, showing what he's worth. So we know we've got a 5-3 split. Then, of course, Kyle Preston coming in. I think Ratima would have been the preferred backup, but Preston has played really well. There's no drop-off between Kyle Preston and Curtis Ratima. The monster himself, Anton Lienert-Brown, I think monster off the bench, can really impact a game. And last but not least, the speedster Leroy Carter. There you go. That's your New Zealand lineup. Let me put it out there. Those are your 23 players to face off against the Springboks. Let me just quickly have a look at the chat again because it is going off here. Well, look, he got sent off. Why did he get sent off? Because he did something wrong. When is the Boks team announced? 2 o'clock Central European time. That means 1 hour and 20 minutes, boys. 1 hour and 20 minutes. It's already, I can switch over there. I can tell you, there it is. Look, it's already there. It's waiting. Springbok team announcement. Little bit of a prequel. What's Rassie going to do? We don't know. We'll see. You never know what he does. But that's just the way it is. Let's go back to the team announcement for New Zealand. Willemse is the best 15. You see, South Africans think in every fucking position. That's why some of you guys piss me off. In every position, the best player is always a South African. That's not true. That's not true. Thomas Ramos is the world's best number 15. Point. End of story. Anybody that understands rugby knows that. The team with the least... Of course, the team with the less mistakes will win. They don't deserve the World Cup. South Africa. Okay. Grant Williams, Marnie Lebok, Arnese, Willemse, Moody, Colby, Sasha Feinberg, Mongazulu. Don't think so. I don't think that's going to be... But it's going to be interesting. Join me in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Will the All Blacks run the Boks off their feet? Don't think so. Look, I've got to say a few things quickly. The last test was in Wellington where the All Blacks got spanked. And South Africa were actually the team that played the running rugby. So it was kind of difficult. Look, whoever has the least mistakes and the better on-day form wins the game. Wins the game. South Africa has had New Zealand's number in the last 2-3 years. The last 6 games, they've won 5. But it can easily switch around in the next 6 games. New Zealand win 5. That's just the way it goes. Thomas Ramos can only kick good. Oh, fucking hell. He's the best in the world. Okay, well, that's good. That's good to see you guys banter. I let you banter. Everybody can be delusional and have their own opinion. I think this is a mustard thing. If I would like to actually do a video later tonight. I might even do that, a combined 23. Where once I know Rassie's team, where I put up a combined 23. Look, I've got Ethan. If I had a combined 23 right now, just off the top of my head, Ethan de Groot would start at 1 over Oxenchain. I think Malcolm Mark starts over Cody Taylor. Then it's a toss-up for me between Thomas du Toit and Tyrell Lomax. At the moment, I would go Josh Lord at 4. I'd go Ruan Noki at 5. At 6, I'd go Tupavai at 6. Peter Steph du Toit at 7. But I'd switch it around. I'd put Artie at 6, Peter Steph du Toit at 8, and Jasper Visser I put Jasper Visser at 8, Peter Steph du Toit at 7, and Artie Surveyor at 6. That's just me. I'd just switch the team around. Scrum half, I'd go Roy Guard. Fly half, I'd go Sasha. I think Sasha is the best out of all of them at the moment. At 11, I got Arneser. At 12, I would go Geordie Barrett. At 13, I go Quintapea. At 14, I'd go Jesslyn Colby. And at 15, I'd flip a coin between Damien McKenzie and Damien Willemse. Most important thing, Damien will be at 15. There you go. And then the bench we can discuss. But that's just what I think, guys. My opinion. You have your own opinion. Let's get. I like it. A lot of people in. So I'm going to keep stay alive for a while. Just do the chat. Look, no one cheated you from South Africa. The ref, even Sam Kane came out and said, you could have given a red card. Okay, Vic, are you okay? The Groot over. Yes, I am. I'm fine. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, you would have fucking. You people think even the Roos is better than anybody from thing. I've actually got to say something. I think being a Springbok is not as great as it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. And people say now people are going to lose their shit with me. But now you've got 60, 70 people that are all of a sudden Springboks. That wasn't the case. I like the idea of having a big team and enjoying that stuff. But come on, let's be honest. There are a lot of players that have gotten a Springbok call-up that are not Springbok material. We tried them, but they're not Springbok material. Let's be honest. I mean, the Hendricks brothers have been Springboks. Let's be fucking honest. Okay? So not just because you're called up as a Springbok means you're Springbok material in the top class. For me, that's why I like the World Cup. You take 33 and you take the 33 that are the best, and the rest shouldn't be there in any case. I mean, I see South Africans coming. Willie Leroux still the best number 50. Please, fuck it. Are you crazy? AJ, we have won 2 World Cups and 1 away. We've won 4, you've won 3. That's it. The 2 greatest nations. Why does it always have to be this rivalry? Why can't you just enjoy the rugby? It's called the greatest rivalry. But you know why? Because you should respect the other team. I respect this New Zealand team. I think it's phenomenal. People laughed at me when I said they were not going to lose against the URC team. South Africans went off their rock. Of course they're going to lose against the URC team. No, they're going to thrash them all, which they did. Easy peasy, not a problem. Could have been higher, the scores. They were just mixing their teams a lot. I said it should be a 2-2, maximum 3-1 for one team. I don't really rate that last test. I'm not a fan of the 4th test. For me, that's a making money test. That is advertisement test. That is trying to push the World Cup into 31. For me, the first 3 tests are the ones that really count. I think let's just say, for instance, I think if New Zealand win the first 3 games, they'll lose the 4th one. Same with South Africa. I think that 4th test, no one gives a shit about it. I can really see that 4th test being a lot of the not so-called number 1 starters. That's just me. Look, if you have a 4th test, you've got to have a 5th test. Because you want somebody to win the test series. This way you can have a 2-2. I don't like that. There you go. The only All Black who would make the South African team would be Cam Roygaard. Are you fucking delusional? You think at number 6, Artie Surveyor will make the team in a walk against Paul de Villiers? See us to old Artie's better. You want to tell me? Wow. I would move Will Jordan to 15. I'd play Colby at 14. To pay at 13. there you go. There's so many changes you can make in this team. I mean, nah. I think Malcolm Marx is better than Cody Taylor. I think De Groot is better than Ox. I think Ox is not as mobile. Lomax, Wilco Lomax, Thomas the Toy, toss-ups. But there you go. We'll see. We will see, man. We will see. That's me for this one. Try to get it out as quick as possible, you guys. Thanks for watching. Join me in 1 hour and 10 minutes for the box. It is ready. I'm going to switch over there right now for you guys. It is ready. All you got to do is stay on the channel. Don't worry, it'll take you over automatically to that video. There it is. What is Rossi going to come up with in 1 hour and 10 minutes? It's going to be crazy. Yeah, but Jasper Visser plays on 8. Artie normally would play the 6. There you go. So you guys are so stuck in your ways. That's why when your teams lose, you're so devastated because you can't appreciate that another team can do something. France could beat South Africa and New Zealand at the World Cup. Let's be honest. Don't count out France. Don't count out Ireland. You know, this may be the greatest rivalry too, and it is the greatest rivalry for me in rugby. But we'll see. We will see. But Springboks coming up later. I'm off. Going to take a quick break. See if the team is out already. The minute the team is out. Normally it's at 2 o'clock, but the minute the team is out, I'm going live, guys. So join me for that later. You guys have a great one. See you later, man.